Putin and Kim aim for a multipolar world order, as you can see linked up on Mark13News.com for June 18th, 2024. And according to the article, Mr. Putin, writing in the state-controlled North Korean press on Tuesday, boasted that Russia and North Korea will resolutely oppose what he described as Western ambitions to hinder the establishment of a multipolar world order based on justice, mutual respect for sovereignty, considering each other's interests. And then according to an article linked up for June 21st, Russia and Vietnam affirmed the necessity of forming a multipolar global system, a new multipolar world order, in other words, as opposed to a new world order that would be a continuation of the current unipolar world order that began in 1945, which is when the Great Horn of the He-Goat came into being, which is the United Nations. The He-Goat itself being symbolic of the shadow government of the Kenites, which is split into two warring factions, which is what nation shall rise against nation means in Matthew 24, Mark 13, and Luke 21, meaning the Kenite nation rising up against itself through multipolar versus unipolar globalism. It's the multipolarist Kenites who, for the most part, control Edom, which means red, and through their minions try and talk multipolarity into existence as the Ezekiel 38 Confederacy continues to formulate. The unipolarist Kenites, for the most part, control the left-right paradigm symbolized by Ammon and Moab, who through their minions are attempting to perpetuate and improve upon the post-World War II order, as it's called, and to eventually bring about a new unipolar world order through the West, but there will be no so-called new world order until the Great Horn of the He-Goat gets broken, as you can see in Daniel chapter 8, verse 8, because only then do those four notable ones come up for it toward the four winds of heaven, which always means the 5-month-long hour of temptation. In this case, at the beginning of it, those four notable ones being the same thing as the four beasts of Daniel chapter 7 that don't come into being until the woe of the fifth trumpet, when Satan and his angels get cast to earth. It's also at that time that the he-goat of Daniel chapter 8 becomes the leopard of Daniel chapter 7, meaning the Kenites and their four hidden dynasties providing the infrastructure of the one world system, with the bear being symbolic of the Ezekiel 38 Confederacy and the lion is symbolic of the Christian nations, when all four of the beasts written of in Daniel chapter 7 rise up together as the one world political system of Revelation 13, having 7 heads, which are symbolic of the 7 continents of the planet Earth, and 10 horns, which are symbolic of 10 fallen angel kings who are part of Daniel's fourth beast, which is exclusively supernatural. After the one world political system receives a deadly wound, Satan will then appear in Jerusalem as the Antichrist at the woe of the sixth trumpet, healing the deadly wound, so to speak, and that's when the Christian nations become non-Christian nations, when most Christians begin worshiping Satan instead of Christ, which is what Antichrist means. When the final 2.5 months of the 5-month-long hour of temptation begin, or 70 evenings, which are what the 70 years in captivity to the Babylon of old were a type of.